Hi everyone, this is Movies Rewind. Before we begin, disclaimer. Warning, spoilers. I will be discussing the 2017 science fiction film TimeTrap today. Make sure to watch this movie through to the very end. In the opening scene of the film, Professor of Archaeology Hopper and his dog, Boss, are searching for his family, who vanished in the 1970s after falling into a cave while seeking the Fountain of Youth. Then he sees, off in the distance, a cave. When he gets to the cave's entrance, he sees a cowboy man who appears to be stuck in time, his pistol and clothes not belonging to our generation. Startled by the revelation, Hopper retreats and returns to his residence. It seemed that he had organized this field trip with the help of Taylor and Jackie, his teaching assistants. However, Hopper informs them that things have changed and the professor has chosen to return to the cave by himself when he gets home. Hopper finds that the environment inside the cave and that of the outer world are separated by a layer as he ventures inside. The cowboy man he discovered on his previous visit begins to move as he makes the decision to cut through the layer. 2 days have passed after the professor left, and Taylor and Jackie have not heard from him since. They so resolve to find him. They phone Kara, Taylor's crush, and ask her to borrow her dad's SUV since they don't have any of their own. Kara chooses to accompany her sister Vives as it seems that she has a school project to complete as well. Additionally, Furby, Vives' friend, is among them. When the children go there, they find Hopper's parents' van and learn that the professor has been looking for his family in the cave, not the hippies from the 1970s as they were previously told. After that, they discover an ancient rope that takes them to a new area of the cave. They discover that the rope has been severed there and discover that it is not Hopper's rope because it is so ancient. They also learn how deep the cave is. Furby is too scared to go with the youngsters, so he stays behind to keep watch while they make their way deeper down the cave. Kara claims that as she descends, she finds the same invisible layer that Hopper had previously discovered, and that it entirely alters the air. They make the decision to cut through the layer. Returning to Hopper, he experiences an odd feeling shortly after following the cowboy man. He sees an odd dance of light. It appears as though someone is continuously using a powerful flash or something else to obscure and brighten the cave's entrance. Subsequently, he abruptly hears a voice screaming and flees the cave. As we've seen, Hopper entered the cave while the sun was still blazing. However, in less than 5 minutes, the outer world had completely changed, his automobile was covered in overgrown vegetation, and night had fallen. Just a few minutes inside the cave seems to be the same as decades outside. Upon seeing Kara's SUV and Jackie's backpack, he makes the decision to return to the cave. Returning to the children, while they investigate, they hear voices that scream, and the girls, starting with Jackie, decide to exit the cave. However, the rope abruptly breaks, causing her to fall and hurting Jackie and Taylor as they attempted to save her. After pulling the second rope, Taylor discovers that it has also been severed. The gang starts to believe that Furby intentionally cuts the rope to play about. Furby is unresponsive when they try to talk to him over the radio. After a while, they claim to hear Furby calling for assistance over muted radio sounds. With nowhere else to go, the group decides to continue exploring the cave, leaving Jackie, who is injured, by herself. On the opposite end of the cavern, the gang finds Furby's lifeless body with a broken neck and a severed rope. Then, they watch Furby's video recording again to find out what happened to him. From the Hopper's father's journal, Furby discloses that the cave has magical water that has healing properties. After Hopper's sister became ill, the family makes the decision to search for water in the cave. Following several days outside the cave, Furby makes the decision to venture inside in search of his companion, who he believes to be dead, in order to get the car keys. For him, the cave is a full day, but for the rest of the gang, it is just moments. Furby's rope gets cut as he enters, falling but not breaking. After almost an hour of unconsciousness, he awakens to speak with Taylor, but right thereafter, a caveman assaults and murders him. Vives also notices a discrepancy since, although having just spent an hour in the cave, the time code from the tape spans multiple days. Kara and Vives are the only ones remaining to discover a way out and make a help call because Taylor and Jackie are both hurt. Kara chooses to ascend in the same direction as they descended because Vives is younger, and when she emerges, she finds herself in an entirely different location. Now that there isn't any vegetation in sight, the air feels strange, and Kara finds it hard to breathe. She also notices a massive dust storm approaching her. Then she spots something large in the sky that resembles a triangle. She returns to the cave after being unable to call for assistance, but others accuse her of not even attempting to do so. She is being blamed despite having spent nearly 30 minutes outside and barely a few seconds inside the cave. The gang discovers that the event within the cave is moving more slowly since the time outside the cave is running quicker than it is inside. In addition, Taylor notes that because of their accelerated age and contact with the cliffside, the ropes near the top of the cliff are breaking off. As a result, Vives notices that the sun pathways are always shifting when he rewatches Furby's tape. Additionally, she discloses that one cycle of the seasons, summer being bright and winter being dark, may be observed in just about a second, meaning that a whole year can pass in that amount of time. Thus, we may compute and find that since they were in the cave, almost 5,400 years had elapsed on Earth. As Kara tries to scale the cliff for the second time, a giant wearing a spacesuit and an extremely futuristic, high-tech ladder appear in the cave. A caveman suddenly shows in and tries to assault the monster, but he is non-lethally subdued. The gang makes the decision to flee to a different area of the cave. They discover Hopper's parents and the cowboy man's dead bodies there. 3 other cavemen confront them as well. While the girls escape to the other side of the tunnel, Taylor chooses to battle the caveman and is brutally slain in the process. When Kara returns, her dead body is there. She is crying over him when the extraterrestrial behemoth approaches her. He drags Taylor to the water's pool by picking up his body. The water has a miraculous ability to revive Taylor. When the giant is attacked by the returning caveman, his helmet is knocked off, exposing him to air that he is unable to breathe. He still succeeds in capturing every caveman, though. Before he passes away, he plays the group a number of news clippings concerning their absence and suggesting that, in an effort to preserve mankind, humans had started to migrate to another planet. The party must now decide whether to leave the area immediately or to stay there permanently since they have realized there is no way back. However, Hopper is finally found dead from his injuries by Taylor in front of a second, thicker wall that also has Hopper's sister, who has been gone for a long time, and frozen people from different eras battling for control of the youth fountain. According to Hopper, the entire cave system was created to safeguard the fountain, and because each layer has a distinct speed, the time in the deeper layer is significantly slower than in the preceding layer. While using the water to tend to Jackie's wounds following Furby's death, the gang comes under attack by the last of the cavemen. They choose to utilize the giant's advanced ladder to ascend outside the cave because they have nowhere else to go. They find that water has filled the entrance as they approach the mouth of the cave. Kara attempts to penetrate the stratum, but is abruptly pulled by unidentified beings, later shown to be a highly advanced human. Shortly after, a completely outfitted Kara enters the cave again, and a sophisticated rope is used to bring everyone out, including Furby, Hopper, and Hopper's parents. Furby, Hopper, his parents, and his sister are all brought back to life at the end of the movie. Now, they are traveling towards the new Earth, or whatever they are calling it, on the larger spacecraft. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to see more videos like this, enable notifications, and leave a like to support the channel.